Las Vegas AP, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander scored 20 of his 32 points in the second half, and the Oklahoma City Thunder pulled away late Saturday night to defeat the Houston Rockets 111-96 and advance to the NBA Cup championship. The Thunder take a 5-game winning streak into Tuesday night's final against the Bucks. Milwaukee defeated the Atlanta Hawks 110-102 in the Eastern Conference semifinal. The title game does not count in the league standings. Isaiah Hartenstein added 21 points for the Thunder, Jalen Williams scored 20 and Luguentz Dort finished with 19 points and 9 rebounds. Amen Thompson led Houston with 19 points, one of 6 Rockets in double figures, and Alperen Sengun had 13 points and 11 rebounds. The Rockets and Thunder have 2 of the 3 best records in the Western Conference, making Saturday's second semifinal a potential playoff preview. Rockets. Fred VanVleet's three-point shooting woes continued. He made 6 of 29 in his previous 3 games and missed his first 9 shots from 3 and finished 1 of 11 against OKC. Thunder. Gilgeous-Alexander entered this game averaging 30.2 points and shooting 51.5% but struggled to find his offensive game early. He found a way to get to the free throw line, making 14 of 15 to help surpass his season average. Oklahoma City went on a 13-3 run to go ahead 97-82 with 4:57 left and break open Watt was a close game. The Thunder scored 70 points in the second half. That second half surge enabled Oklahoma City to turn a 42-41 halftime deficit into a fairly easy victory. The Thunder will play Milwaukee in Tuesday's championship game before returning to regular season play on Thursday at Orlando. The Rockets also return to regular season play on Thursday against New Orleans. Last play. End of fourth quarter. See Game Tracker, X. NBA Standings Top 100 Power Rankings Prospect Rankings. NBA Cup Results. Takeaways. Giannis Antetokounmpo, Bucks will face Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Thunder in final. By Brad Botkin and Sam Quinn. 11 hours ago, the Milwaukee Bucks and the Oklahoma City Thunder will meet in Tuesday's NBA Cup final, after both teams won their semifinal matchups on Saturday in Las Vegas. The Bucks dispatched the Atlanta Hawks to earn the right to represent the Eastern Conference in the final, while the Thunder took down the Houston Rockets in a matchup of Western Conference powers in the nightcap. In the first game, Giannis Antetokounmpo and Damian Lillard combined for 55 points as Milwaukee pulled away for a 110-102 win over Atlanta. Antetokounmpo finished 1 assist shy of a triple-double, posting 32 points, 14 rebounds, 9 assists and 4 blocks. The Bucks have reached the championship game in 2024 after being knocked out in the semifinals of the in-season tournament in Vegas a season ago. Saturday's second semifinal was a bruising affair between the NBA's 2 best defenses, but ultimately the OKC offense broke through in the second half for a 111-96 win, led by 32 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists and 5 steals from MVP candidate Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. OKC's Isaiah Hartenstein won the big man battle in a big way with 21 points on 9 of 12 shooting against Alperen Sengun's 13 points on 6 of 16. Lu Dort also stepped up under the bright lights for OKC, finishing with 19 points, including 5 of 9 from three-point range. The Rockets were paced by Amen Thompson's 19 points off the bench. Tuesday's NBA Cup final between the Bucks and Rockets will take place at 8:30 p.m. ET in Las Vegas and will air on ABC. Here's a pair of takeaways from each of the semifinal games on Saturday, beginning with OKC's win over Houston. OKC's offense the difference. Houston and Oklahoma City are both full of elite defenders, particularly on the wing, and now that the NBA actually allows these marvelous athletes to play defense with a reasonable amount of contact and without fear of bogus flopping whistles, it's incredibly hard to create offense against either one of them. And that's what we saw all through a first half in which the Rockets and Thunder combined to miss 31 of their 37 three-pointers en route to just 82 combined points. Yes, there were some open looks for both teams, but by and large there was very little space with which to work. OKC and Houston combined for 19 steals. Every dribble anyone took was nerve-wracking. Driving lanes were closed off immediately as swarms of reinforcements arrived on the scene. But eventually, the offenses got going. And that's where the Thunder separated. OKC wound up hitting a respectable 45% of its shots including 36% from 3, while the Rockets finished at 36% and 24%, and that's not because OKC's defense is necessarily tougher than Houston's. In fact, I would argue Houston played a tougher brand of defense all night, but OKC has the shot creators and makers that Houston lacks. With just over 7 minutes to play, Houston had managed to keep the deficit at 5. Then Gilgeous-Alexander re-entered the game and scored 6 immediate points, first drawing a foul on a three-point shot and then hitting a nasty step-back three from the left wing to stretch OKC's lead to 11. Jalen Williams then created his own mid-range jumper to take the lead to 13. And that's the difference. For all the extraordinary defense that was played on both sides, in the end, OKC has dependable and consistently elite offensive players to match its defense. SGA finished with a gaudy stat line, but he only shot 8 of 21. The key was his 14 of 15 from the free throw line. That's an every-night skill that can carry what would otherwise be a rough offensive night for both SGA individually and the Thunder collectively, and Houston doesn't have anyone who can consistently create that kind of downhill advantage when offense is this hard to come by. That was the story on Saturday. When defense turns to offense, OKC is simply better equipped to score. Rockets need shooting. Houston missed 35 of its 46 three-point attempts on Saturday, and this has been a season-long trend. The only player taking at least 2.5 three-pointers a game who is converting at a rate north of league average is Dillon Brooks, who's at 37%. Jalen Green, Tari Eason, Fred VanVleet, Reed Shepherd, Amen Thompson and Alperen Sengun are all under 32%. VanVleet, who is having by far the worst shooting season of his career, was a cringeworthy 1 of 11 from 3 on Saturday. Green was added 1 of 8 for a combined 2 of 19 from Houston's starting backcourt. Brooks was 4 of 13 and he actually felt like he was halfway hot by comparison. Kuzma has signed a contract with Wizards in the previous offseason and still has 3 years to complete the $90 million contract. The 29-year-old forward is earning $23.5 million this season. Siegel also pointed out the previous interest from the Lakers, Heat, and Cavaliers, through a report from Michael Scotto of Hoops Hype. Meanwhile, his performance is not up to the mark in his first season with the Wizards. The 6'9" forward is averaging 15.8 points, 5.6 rebounds, and 1.9 assists per game while shooting 42% from the field and 27.6% from three-point range. The previous season, he had better numbers with 22.2 points, 6.6 rebounds, and 4.2 assists per game. There has been a big drama in the last 1 week since the trade story of Butler made headlines. His agent entered and put all the rumors in the dustbin. However, Butler was reportedly planning to prefer Houston as his preferred location.